Good morning, Indian Hills. Dr. Christensen here with your morning message. We got a lot going on this week. First of all, we're going to start with a lockdown lesson, and we call it lockdown lesson, but really it's the emergency lesson for the building. It's everything that you need to know about everything safety, emergency, crisis that's going on in the building. And so you'll learn fire and tornado, and you'll also learn about ELF and what that means and how to respond if you hear the ELF message, which we accidentally heard a couple weeks ago. So you're going to learn everything that we give you permission to do to remain safe. And so then you're going to have time to circle up and have conversations about it. Then on Friday, we'll actually practice a lockdown lesson. We won't actually do the full ELF, evacuate, lockdown, or fight. We will just do the lockdown part. When we do a fire drill, we practice the evacuate part. And the fight part, we don't ever actually practice, but we need to be ready to use force to stop somebody or protect ourselves if that is the last resort. On Tuesday, you're going to start your slide deck for conferences. We want you to all finish this slide deck. You'll have the whole week to get it done. You'll do some of it during bell work in your classes, and then we'll give you some more time on Friday. We have conferences next week, and so if you get your slide deck done, we want you to have a conference with your parents. And if that conference leaves your parents with, hey, looks good, your grades are good, you're doing well, and they don't want to have a conference with your teachers, that is fine with us. So just know that we very much are okay with that. If they do want a conference with us, then we've already sent out a link where they can sign up and choose a time to meet with each teacher they want to meet with. Wednesday, we start our fundraiser, and our fundraiser is donation only. Know that everything we do at Indian Hills, we are self-sustained. That means we have to raise the money or things don't happen. So we can't buy football helmets, we can't do shoulder pads, we can't buy all that equipment. If we look at the uniforms that we wear in every sport, that comes from this. The officials, the buses, everything for athletics comes through there. And that is about half of what we need to raise. The other half is music. So we spend as much money on music as we do on athletics. And those are the different contests that you have and the music for the contests that you do, for show choir things, for orchestra contests, band contests. We spend a lot of money to get the people to come and judge you so that you can get better. And then every activity that we have, drama, we fund them. They've gotten to where they're almost kind of self-sustained within themselves. But if there's extra things that we want to do, this is how we pay for it. If we want to get a little bit better costuming, we use fundraiser money. So donation, think about all the things you're involved in, and there's a cost with every one of those activities, clubs, and co-curricular things that we do. So that's going to be going on. Friday, we'll also start to do some executive functioning. You've already been doing a lot of executive functioning, and that is basically setting up routines for success. And we try to do that with how we set up our Canvas pages, how we have you use your binders, and how we try to have you use an organization system to be successful. So all of those things, a lot of things going on this week. The other thing I want to talk about, you probably noticed that I have braces, and it seemed like I'm kind of old to be having braces, but I was told by the doctor that he even has put braces on an 80-year-old couple. So I told last year that when I was growing up, my family didn't have money to do braces. So after paying for both of my sons to get through braces, and they're both off to college or out of college, it was time for me to decide I wanted to do something. So you'll notice on the pictures on the camera, I had a big gap between my two front teeth that I don't have now. And I just felt like it kept getting bigger. I really was proud of my gap for most of my life, and then it just kind of got too big. So I've spent some time getting braces, and I know what all of you have felt like going through braces. I had to go clean some food out of my teeth just to talk to you today. And your teachers have some really interesting stories about the braces that they wore, and I know some of you do also. So right now I do have this gap. They're going to eventually put a tooth in there in early November, and then I'll get a permanent one actually with a screw put into my upper mouth when my braces come off. So that's kind of my personal thing going on. I just be a little vulnerable with it. So sometimes it's hard to articulate. But for me, wearing a mask is awesome because nobody can see that I have this gap in a weird place. Um, but I'm kind of excited to be wearing braces. And I told them that I wanted the most silver, ugliest braces because I'm in a middle school. And I tell you what, every time I come in to Smile Orthodontics, Dr. Sturdivant just goes, he likes to tell everybody about the middle school principal coming in and all of the kids that he works with. And so this is just part of this age. And I just really wanted to experience that like a lot of you do as well. So, Dr. Christensen, signing out. Have a great week. Go Tigers.